I can frame it easy, super easy.
Trans woman's dick. Is it kind of gay?
Oh,
is that gay?
I think that's up to the individual to basically decide their orientation. I think a lot of people, and I would probably be of the opinion that, like, you know, I think genitalia is more directly related to like sexual orientation, but I'm not gonna be like, hey.
No, but it's Megan Fox.
It's Megan Fox.
Looks like Megan Fox. It's a transgender woman that's just as physically attractive as Megan Fox, but has like just a peen. Just a peen.
It used to be Matthew Fox.
And a guy is just Gluck 9000. Thank you, Nala.
What a visual's going on here.
Thank you, Nala.
Honestly, I'm not sure. I feel like, what is it?
Would it be gay? I'm curious.
Okay, can I ask you a similar question? Because
you're asking me a question?
Yes, I'm asking you a question.
Yeah, she has to answer your question.
Yeah, no, because I'm trying to get a framework here.
I know you want to come in.
Wait,
you could just.
Do you think it would be straight?
Yeah.
For a man to basically do the lickety lick, I don't know, on a Hulk Hogan who has a vagina.
Sorry, so when you say Hulk Hogan, it's a female
that looks like Hulk
but just
Hogan.
is like really
everything like looks literally
yes, that would be heterosexual.
Like
yes, that would be heterosexual. That would be straight.
More gay
no,
than
I think
not
only if the term doesn't
sucking
mean
Megan Fox's dick is a little gay, but it's less gay than sucking Joe Rogan's dick.
Based on what? Just some arbitrary analysis of what gay means?
Just entirely how they look.
It's based on nothing.
If you're sucking a dick and grabbing a titty, it's a little bit less gay than if you're sucking a dick and grabbing like his chest hair, you know?
No, but it's
when he says gay, he means homosexual.
I know exactly what he's saying.
Okay, so then how could it ever be homosexual to have sex with a woman if you're a heterosexual man?
I said it's a little bit more
I have a question. Do you think it's gay for a guy to let girls peg him?
Yeah.
But then how is it? But isn't that the definition of heterosexual?
I didn't say it was homosexual. I said it was gay.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing one thing I'm doing. Exactly.
That's why we have our criteria.
Exactly.
Andrew wins the podcast. Andrew wins the podcast.
Wait, he just gave me my point. I win this podcast.
No, I won.
No, I was just saying gay in the way you're exactly saying it, which is like, yeah, if you're like into a girl that looks like Hulk Hogan and has a vagina, it's a little more gay.
I used what your analysis was in order to answer that question, and I made it funny because I'm awesome.
Yeah, it was a based analysis.
That's how that works.
Yeah, now I
you're
need to
welcome for the awesome analysis.
Is it gay or not to let a woman peg you? I don't understand.
Yeah, do you think it's gay to let a woman peg you?
Yeah.
But it's
not
a girl.
homosexual.
But it's not homosexual.
It's not homosexual.
There's difference.
No, not homosexuals.
Okay.
Wait, you
wanted to come in? Go ahead.
If the man likes sucking the dick, he is enjoying a homosexual activity. By like definition, homosexual.
He's a homo.
Let's be careful. Just be careful.
Yes.
He's enjoying a homosexual activity. If he's simply attracted, like just alone, being attracted to a feminine passing body individual, that would be straight. Like she said, it's really it has a lot to do with the genitals, and the genital preference is a huge thing with sexuality and stuff like that.
So it's Megan Fox with a D. It is what?
If he likes sucking that dick, it's homosexual.
Like sucking that dick.
I think Andrew Tate put it best that it is way gayer to fuck Hulk Hogan with a pussy than move the dick out the way and fuck Megan Fox in the butt.
I believe that. No, that's true. That is.
No, he did. He said
He said that.
He said that.
It's very base.
But
base.
It's just let's be honest. It's just a little more gay to fuck a woman who looks like a dude with a vagina.
Dude, the whole time
like it's just a little gay.
Hulk Hogan. Well, you're hitting Hulk Hogan.
Just like it's a little gay to suck a woman's
dick.
dick.
If she's bent over, you don't have to even see the dick. You just see Megan Fox.
Yeah, that's so true. You still gotta
deal with it.
But if
you can ignore it.
If she's bent over, you don't. She can hold it up. You don't have to look at it. Megan Fox's ass.
So I think almost anyone who's going to be open to like a pretty fluid options of genitals would probably already themselves be like, yeah, I'm queer. Like they're almost always going to be part of the LGBTQ community.
Yeah, the problem is that the terms lose meaning. So you can understand when you're saying the word gay and you mean it like how we're talking about it here, which is like when males call each other, and you know, don't be. And we're saying that, right? We don't actually mean anything about homosexuality at all when we say that. I never meant it like that. It's never been used like that. And it's the same thing here. So the term does need to have some meaning. And it's like, no, obviously, if you're having sex with a woman, you're a heterosexual man. You're having sex with a female, you're a heterosexual.
Yeah, but you're a little bit more gay on the like binary between.
Just gross. It's not gay. It's
no,
just
it's a
gross.
little bit more gay if you're really attracted to every single masculine secondary feature other than a dick. That's a little bit more
Okay,
gay.
wait, that wasn't the statement.
Well,
that's a whole
Hogan
attracted
example.
to. It's you said
was
that's
who
not
would
a
you
rather.
rather.
There's
Hold on.
difference.
Think about what I just said there. Hulk Hogan's secondary characteristics would be things like chest hair, no breasts, stuff like that, but still with a vagina. If you're attracted to every single male secondary sexual characteristic, but you want a vagina, it's just a little more gay than if you're attracted to a feminine appearing woman with a vagina. Obviously, this is true.
Wait, feminine woman.
Yeah,
with
so
a
say you have
vagina.
Megan
No, that's
Fox with a
woman.
vagina versus Hulk Hogan with a vagina. If you're more into Hulk Hogan and you're having sex with her, it's a little bit more gay than if you're having sex with Megan Fox with a vagina.
I agree with what you're
Obviously.
saying, but that wasn't the example. The example was Megan Fox with a dick.
Yeah,
and
that's
Hulk
more
Hogan with a
gay
vagina.
than, for example, having
for
sex with Megan Fox with a
heterosexual
vagina.
men, they're gonna say, "I'm gonna choose a vagina." But it doesn't matter not.
I try.
I
First
feel
of all,
like that's such
these
a-
men are
but,
coping.
like-
These men are coping hard.
No, but it's such a dumb like
Tell that to every
scenario
Thai
because
femme.
I would like, let's be real, like most transgender women are nowhere near even approaching the physical beauty of Megan Fox.
Sure.
I would argue if you were to line up 100 transgender women, like, I mean, I don't know if I got a good vision for that shit, but I could probably tell.
There's a test. You should take it.
The fuck? There's
There's a
test.
test to be like,
You
is
gotta
it
go
a
to
trans
HR.
woman? Is it a real woman? And every single guy who has told me that has failed that test.
Okay, who knows?
Yeah, because
Who
there's like
knows?
a lot of super.
Well,
So I
they-
agree. Like the average trans woman is probably not passing because they tend not to try to even transition until post puberty, and like you can't get rid of like NFL shoulders. It's a little rough, right? But like, I'm sorry, men saying that they would prefer Hulk Hogan with a vagina. Most of them are coping.
but
They're
I think
just
a better,
lying.
I think
Well,
a
it's
better.
not
Why is it a
No, but
cope?
I think
because they would rather
Do
have
you
sex
realize
with Megan
that
Fox with a
men
dick.
actually
Yeah.
find it, heterosexual men would actually find that to be physically revolting to have to suck another man off? They find it so physically abhorrent and revolting that why wouldn't they go for the alternative? What you're really saying there is that men who have sex with ugly women are gay. That's what you're actually saying.
I'm saying men who have sex with women who have all male sex secondary
Ugly women.
characteristics.
Ugly
like
women.
Yeah, but
Ugly
that's
women
Ugly
don't have
women
all.
ugly
and Hulk
women.
Hogan are what miles
Yeah,
apart.
I don't
so,
like
so men
too.
who
That's
have
such an
sex
extreme.
with
No.
ugly women
No,
are
let's go
gay.
back to my statement. I said men who prefer to have sex with Hulk Hogan.
It's
Okay.
such
That
a
wasn't-
ridiculous.
that wasn't the
It's
thing.
such a ridiculous
Hold on,
example.
I will
It
walk
was not-
everyone through my hypothetical again because again, it is obviously more gay to suck Megan Fox's dick than to have sex with Megan Fox's vagina. Obviously, that's true. It's a
Wait.
dick.
Wait, you mean Hulk
Wait, what?
No,
It's
no,
just
no.
Here's-
You
it's
started
such-
to do it.
this-
I'm
this
extending our
example-
hypothetical. I'm
This example
stretching
is
it out.
so ridiculous though because I think a more fair example to use. Let's take comparing the average woman who's of average beauty and average her
Men are going to
body's
prefer average
physically.
women. Yeah.
Huh?
Men are going to prefer average.
Comparing it to an average transgender woman.
But that's not what the hypothetical's about.
But it's such a ridiculous hypothetical.
But that's how hypotheticals work. You
I
test
know,
ideas
but
to the
it's-
extreme.
Also,
Sure.
though, like if we're gonna
So like,
do extreme,
I agree, but there's not a lot of Megan Foxes with dicks running around, and there's not a lot of Hulk
Yeah, I
Hogan
would-
with vaginas.
But let's
but
also
we're
be
using
real.
the extreme for a
But let's
reason.
also be realistic. If you're gonna say Megan Fox with a dick, poor Megan Fox and Hulk Hogan in the situation, can't you give like a very attractive man?
Yeah,
'cause
Blair
like,
White
'cause
and,
you could say like Ryan Reynolds with the vagina. You know what I mean? Like you're
Sure, we could
putting
say
someone
Blair
who
White
is so
and what's his name?
hyper
Fuck it.
masculine, but not necessarily considered like normal attractive.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, like I
Okay.
respect him. He's a good,
Sure.
he's a very fit man. But
Ryan
he's a
Reynolds
little-
has like more of the female gaze, I feel like, than the male gaze. Though.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're choosing a sex symbol for men, that's Megan Fox. You have to choose the equivalent of
Sure.
what that would be.
Ryan
for-
Reynolds with a
Yeah,
vagina.
Yeah, like you're saying Hulk Hogan, so
But
you're
really-
like, oh, men wouldn't be attracted.
What you're actually saying, though, ultimately, is that if a man has heterosexual sex with a female who's ugly, they're gay.
because
Again,
ugly
haven't
women
said that.
aren't filled with secondary.
You are,
sex
because
I am
characteristics.
not.
when you
I
say-
am not.
if you say
I
that-
am not.
let's
Hold
just-
on,
women
hold
don't
on.
have
I
You
can
have-
prove this. I
Yeah.
can prove this. I
Most
can
women
steel
don't
man
have,
your
like,
argument.
No.
testosterone,
I'm going to pause you for a
Let me
second.
steel man it.
Stop,
Let me
stop.
steel man it.
I'm going to pause. No, I'm going to pause you because what you're trying to do is frame the argument.
No, I'm just going to
itself.
steel man you,
No,
and you can say if I'm
you
wrong or
inserted
right.
words into my.
You can say if I'm
Sure.
wrong or right. Okay, so the steel man is if you're attracted to the secondary sex characteristics of this person and they're
man.
all male, They're all male secondary sex characteristics, or
include
what we
things
would
like?
consider male secondary sex characteristics. So like abs and a ball, I don't know, whatever they are.
Chest hair.
Yeah, all that.
Wide shoulders.
Yep, got it, all of that. So you're attracted to those things, but you're having sex with that person because they have an actual vagina, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
You're a
the
little bit more
distinction-
gay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I steel manned this correctly?
I reject that because ugly women aren't just masculine women, I guess. There's a lot of ugly women that are not masculine.
So hang on.
Well, there might be a guy like fucking a girl who's really unattractive, but also has no male secondary sex characteristics, and I wouldn't say he's more gay. But yeah, if you're attracted to all of them, if you're attracted to Ryan Gosling with a vagina, it's a little bit more gay. Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously.
So then here's the difference, the distinction. The distinction when we're asked this hypothetical, who would you rather do X with? Would you rather do this with the heterosexual, right? Or have heterosexual sex or homosexual sex based on the secondary sex characteristic beauty standards?
Yeah.
And the man picks the Hulk Hogan. What is the objection there when you call it a cope? Because you switch the argument to say, no, it's if they're attracted to the secondary sex characteristics.
$200. I would be on board with trans if it was similar to Thai lady boys. They are not pretending like they are actual females. The problem is trans women act like they are actually female. Brain dead.
Okay, trans women lying about like what's going on is bad, right? That would be unethical in my view. But like that's literally to my point. Yeah, a lot of men would just choose really sexy femboys to have sex with, especially if it's casual sex.
But he's
yes,
saying that's
obviously
not true.
I'm just telling you they're fucking coping.
Yeah, but
not
that's,
all
so
men.
let me
There are some men
give you the
who fucking love
question.
pussy,
So let me
okay?
give you the question back.
Yeah.
Within the hypothetical of you had to choose, right? I understand you switching it to say, I'm sorry, if you're attracted to secondary sex characteristics on a man, then that means that you have homosexual tendencies. Okay, I can totally agree with that. But you did switch it. So, and you say it's cope when men say this. Why would it be cope for them to pick the thing that had the vagina?
Because they're lying. Because they're not engaging honestly with the hypothetical.
They are.
No, because they're attached to all.
Most people select their sexual mates based on like how they look and how attracted they are. When you put them in this type of binary, you're being like, if you knew that they had a vagina, blah, blah, blah. But the reality is that's not how anyone engages in sexual dynamics at all. Absolutely not. And most people will pick the femboys regularly, all the time.
But isn't
Prove
the
it.
argument? Isn't the argument?
What possible way could you demonstrate? No, you don't go to Thailand. Wait a second. You go to Thailand, and what happens at Thailand is you're left with a bifurcated choice that you must fuck a femboy or not fuck a femboy. What are you talking about?
Actually, what actually happens is that there's tons of ladyboys walking around that are hotter than most women somehow, and men are actively choosing to have sex with them over female
Yeah, but that
prostitutes.
does not engage with what we're talking about at
Yes,
all.
it does.
No, it doesn't. How
Would
could
you
it
consider those
possibly-
men gay?
How could that possibly engage with what we're
Are the
asking,
men-
which is how is it cope for a man to take that selection? You say it's because given the opportunity, if a man had that pre-existing
once it goes into the
condition,
practical
they would
world.
still go after
Yeah.
the one that had to demonstrate that.
Okay, the way that I would demonstrate that is, again, the moment that you move the hypothetical into the real world, instantly men suddenly swap their choice and they're fucking ladyboys. They're often
Homosexuals do that.
Modest
Yes.
Keaton
No.
donated
Yes.
$200. Thai lady boys have boobs and dicks, you dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. What that's
ass or dumb bitch.
Also,
It's
like
hard to know
side
which
That's
one.
four
side
letters,
side note.
so-
So
I'm
this
guessing that was
chatter,
for
just
you.
to be clear, is, and I don't think they've supported me throughout any of this.
dumb.
is-
I think it's dumb F-U-C-K, by the way.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Are
you're
we
right.
not allowed to cuss? I thought
This
we were.
is
Yeah, dumb
evidence
fuck.
to
Yeah,
exactly
that's where
what
we
I'm
go.
talking about, right? That a lot of men, at the end of the day, when you put into a practical, they're just gonna pick
How
what's
do you
fucking
know that that
hotter.
was in support of you?
I think it was.
He said twice that he would always pick, that he would just have sex with ladyboys. Absolutely.
Maybe he's gay. Maybe he's an actual homosexual.
Do you think Andrew Tate is gay?
Yeah, I think that if you're a man who says
In the
that you would
way.
have sex with a man for under any circumstances, you're homosexual.
You heard it here. Andrew Tate is gay.
I feel like if you're that
Okay.
defensive,
I feel like if you're that defensive over it, then
That means you must be a
yeah.
homosexual.
Well, yeah.
It's like, I'm not a murderer. If you're that defensive, you're a murderer. Yeah, that's insane. That's cope. That's actual cope.
I mean, all of this is cope. Like there are some men, by the way, that are really into pussy, and I would grant that there are some men when they say they would pick Hulk Hogan, they probably would, right? I bet you that's you. I'm not saying that you relate to pussy. I have no idea about your kinks or preferences. I'm just saying like that seems like a really big deal to you. The issue is that most guys want to get some fucking dick, right? That's all they really care about, and they don't mind if they're sticking it in an asshole. They don't really care that much as long as she's hot.
Most guys,
want their dick to be
as long as she's hot.
into
most
something.
guys don't care.
No.
No, they don't find that to be completely physically revolting. Most of them.
You should talk to more men. Lady boy?
Yeah, you should talk to more men.
I've talked to lots of men about
this.
Talk
to more of them.
I don't need to.
I can tell you men who have gone to Thailand and have been tricked into thinking that they were women at first, and then they retreat.
Sure,
retreat
but the reason
quickly.
that they're retreating is because they were looking for vagina specifically, and they were lied to. Right? None of this has anything to do with the hypothetical. I just said some are being honest, but a lot of men who answer this are just being copey because they're like, I don't want to be fucking gay, and it's like it's literally more gay to be into Hulk Hogan.
You still haven't demonstrated it though.
Yes,
you just say no. You haven't. You just say I think that most men would.
If you
That's
pick
my demonstration.
Male
I think they would.
Over female
I just think they would.
Your demonstration is literally just being like, I personally wouldn't, so it's not that way. Andrew Tate is gay.
No, the burden would be on the person who claims that, hey, wait a second, the non-homosexual picks the non-homosexual sex. This makes sense, makes logical sense. The person who says, no, the heterosexual would pick the homosexual sex because they have real pretty eyes, that's the burden of proof,
Let's
lady.
back us up.
That's the burden.
What do you think sexual orientation has to do with? Do you think it's about like genitals, the type of sex you want to have, or like what you're attracted to? Like, what is it?
I think it could be a combination of tons of things.
Me too.
And within the confines of that exploration, though, I do think that there's a revulsion factor which happens between most members of the same sex, which repels them from having any type of intercourse with each other, especially men. When it comes to men having same-sex relations with each other, what is the one thing men always talk about going to prison that they're terrified of?
They're terrified of the rape, but again,
but why? Why are they terrified of it?
Sorry. Because big bad word is horrible.
Because
not
they're
because of sex in and of itself.
Because it's 10 times. They think it's 10 times more revolting. It's not the victimization portion.
Beyond donated $200. Hey dummy, forcing that choice doesn't mean they prefer those masculine features. That's just how much better the pee is.
That's true.
Of course, given any choice, we would rather have a beautiful woman.
Okay.
Right, but if you force the bifurcated choice, they choose. You say that's cope because you think that most men would do this, and your only line of defense to say that is that some homosexual men have sex with ladyboys.
No, that is not my only defense.
That is
not my only defense.
Andrew W. This bitch trying to twist words. The point is Thai lady boys don't think they are actually female like trans women in the USA. FKN brain dead.
Okay, sorry, I thought this guy was smart. It turns out he's a fucking moron. Okay, I won't allow you to frame my arguments or tell me what my arguments are because you are being dishonest in the framing of them.
No, you're being dishonest.
Stop.
You swapped the hypothetical, and I watched you do it in real time.
I did not swap the hypothetical at all. I did not swap the hypothetical at all. There's no way. You just saying it over and over doesn't make it true.
I can literally show you how you did this. What you did was you asked about a bifurcated choice. Once it was demonstrated which of us would take that choice, you then said, the people who are attracted to secondary sex characteristics on one or the other, that's more or less homosexual. The thing is, though, is that you did not add in anything about attraction, only which choice would you take.
Right, and part of the which choice is which would you have sex with, which to some degree we would assume in there is some level of attraction. Just like you said, levels of attraction include things like your sexual orientation, which genitals you would like to deal with, what you're attracted to physically, a number of things like this. Which is why I'm saying having sex with a vagina is more straight than having sex for men than having sex with like a dick, obviously. However, being attracted to body parts or selecting to have sex with secondary body parts that are of the opposite gender is just a little bit more gay, obviously.
I see your argument, but again, the question was if you had to choose between this genitalia or this genitalia, which one would the
that's
man?
not just genitalia.
That is not
it was
the
who was
question.
attached.
That is not the question. Hold
That was the
on,
original.
stop. That is not the question because
It's just you being dishonest and reframing.
Well,
it.
no, because
You're
it's
just being
attached.
dishonest.
No. Attached to the question isn't whether you want to have sex with a dick or a pussy. The question is Hulk Hogan or Megan Fox, which implies hypermasculinity and hyperfemininity, which is part of attraction.
But you're
necessarily.
cutting off the genitalia because
I'm not cutting off the genitalia. I'm including them. You guys are trying to cut off the genitalia.
Person. No, they're trying to cut off their person. They're trying to pretend it's only the
saying it's
genitalia
only
when we're
genitalia.
attaching it to the person.
No, it's not. The hypothetical is inherently not genitalia because why the fuck would I say Hulk Hogan and Megan Fox if all I wanted to ask people about is whether they prefer pussy or dick?
Then it's just still the same exact thing where you're saying that if a guy is with a really ugly woman because she's
It's
just
not the
really
same.
ugly.
It's not the same.
Yeah, if she
It's not
looks
the
like
same
because
if she
really
looks like a
ugly
man,
women
if she looks like
aren't-
whatever your definition is of a man,
Yeah.
even though she's just an ugly woman,
Do you want me
right?
to
You're
walk
saying
you
if a
through
guy
why
has
you're
sex with
incorrect?
her, he's
Or
gay.
do you want me to wait until you're done spurging?
That's what
Okay,
you're
Are you done
saying.
spurging? I can explain again.
You're the one cutting me off every time I talk.
For the second time, I'll explain again why what you just said
Use really
isn't
small
what I said.
words.
Sure, I'll try using little kid words for
If you can you get a
Okay.
coloring book?
Maybe.
That would be
Probably.
great. You've got one in front of you. Get a purple pen.
Yeah, do you want to color my rope
And then
diagram?
explain to me how that's not just an ugly woman.
Okay, the reason why I didn't say what you just finished saying. Fuck, what did you even say now? God,
That
you're so
that's an ugly
fucking
woman.
Sneaky with this. What?
That's just an ugly woman.
No. Okay. Thank you. Actually, I appreciate that. The reason why it's not just an ugly woman is because I already outlined that this is disanalogous and you're lumping in a larger group of people than I am talking about because not all women look like Hulk Hogan or have secondary sex characteristics. My entire point is secondary sex characteristics.
Okay, wait a second.
So if I started including fucking birds in this, that wouldn't
So
matter.
could there
because
be?
The category isn't what we're
could
talking
there be
about.
ugly women who look like Hulk Hogan?
Yeah, so-
well, then your point's totally mute,
No,
dipshit.
you fucking
yes,
moron.
yes.
You fucking moron.
Oh, you're a fucking moron.
Okay, let me walk you through categorical philosophy. Okay?
Let's walk through it.
Yeah, I'll
Write
draw
me
you
a P-value premise for your argument.
Wait. What? Here's
Informal
a picture.
logic.
Here's a picture of birds. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All sorts of birds go in this circle, and inside of this circle is seagulls. Okay.
Coloring competition now.
You see that? Seagulls. So seagulls. You could do canaries though. They're much cuter. Okay. Actually, that's not true. Seagulls are cuter. That's a good one.
Do a swan. We like
in
swans.
another circle, we have ugly women. And then in a smaller circle, inside the big circle, is Hulk Hogan women.
And here we have just an ugly woman. It's just an ugly woman.
How dare you draw
That's
me like
it,
that,
just an
Andrew?
ugly woman.
How dare you draw me like that?
They exist, and if a heterosexual man has sex with one, they're just a heterosexual man having
Andrew,
sex
you
with an
know
ugly
you're wrong.
woman.
You had to draw a portrait of me rather than dealing with categorical analysis because you know that you're incorrect.
Well, no, I didn't say a very ugly woman.
Because how majority of ugly women don't have beards and chest hair. They're just ugly.
Yeah, but it
Some
doesn't.
women-
It wouldn't
some
matter
women grow
if
chest hair.
Yes,
her.
I didn't say all. I
If her
said majority.
if her
Or unibrows.
analysis
That's
is to
true.
say,
Free to color.
if her counter analysis is to just say,
No, it's too far.
hey, there are women who exist outside this group of ugly women who are other ugly women. That wouldn't matter. All that would matter is that there's women.
hold on. It would matter.
Stop talking
No.
so I can finish my point.
No, you-
Stop talking so
you're
I can finish
going
my
to-
point.
you're talking
Stop
about-
talking so I can finish
you're
my
talking
point.
about my
Stop
position.
spurging. Stop spurging. Stop spurging.
You're incorrect
Stop
about
spurging.
my
It's my
position.
turn.
As
My
long
turn.
as you
Stop
keep saying it,
spurging.
it'll be true,
Stop
right?
spurging.
Okay.
Stop spurging.
We don't like
Where do you want to go?
spurs.
Because he's about to reframe my argument.
No, I'm
and
about to tell the truth. Is what I'm
you're-
about to do.
Oh, God.
Okay, so
Okay.
anyway, and she's just going to repeat. She'll repeat. I promise she's going to repeat this exact same thing. She's going to say,
Stop telling me.
There's
Stop.
women.
Hold on. Stop.
There's women who
No,
exist.
stop.
She's still
No,
spurging.
hold on.
Still spurging.
One of you talk
Brian,
first.
he cannot be outlining my
I
position
can
before
because
I
I'm doing it right now. So
You're
anyway,
incorrect.
yeah, I am
If he
correct.
does, then we'll calm out.
So all you're doing, all she's doing is saying there's women who exist outside of the category. There's women who exist outside or
That's not
inside
what
of
I'm
the
saying.
category.
Here's the
I
picture.
asked her, are there women who
Wait, just let him
exist
finish.
inside of the category of ugly women who look like Hulk Hogan? If the answer is yes, you still haven't made a compelling argument as to how that's non-heterosexual sex or in any way even homosexual.
I appreciate that you're trying to back it back up to the broader conversation, and we can go there, but I just want to make it super clear that you were being completely dishonest about my argument, and you
No, I'm
know
not.
that because you know
I'm not.
you know categorical philosophy. So I know that you know this. When you said that when I'm saying that men who have sex with ugly women are gay, you knew that you were engaging in a categorical fallacy, because you know that not all ugly women look like Hulk Hogan.
They don't have to.
The only people, yes, they do. My claim is that
Write
men
it
who
out
have
in a
sex,
premise for me.
My premise is that men who are having sex with Hulk Hogan women are more gay. That's my premise. So when you expand it to the broader category,
yeah, I understand
it's
your
a
argument, but what's my argument back?
I'm not done. I'm not done.
Yeah, but what's my argument
Stop.
back? That's where you're. That's the disconnect.
No, I'm not moving off of this until you.
Yeah, but I'm
agree.
telling you, I'm actually telling you the structural problem here. The structural problem is you're confusing two things. So my argument back to you, though, is to say, no, this is false inside of this category. That's the distinction.
Analysis?
Yeah, so you're pointing at this and saying this is a category. I'm denying that category exists. I'm just saying that's just another ugly woman. So and some ugly women look like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Wait, you're agreeing with me. You're right.
I don't think I am.
Some ugly women, if we use a circle for the poor chat, if this is ugly women, some of them look like Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
Not all women who are ugly look like Hulk Hogan.
That's correct.
So when you conflate my argument as saying Hulk Hogan women are, you did,
Nope.
you are being fallacious about my argument.
No fallacy.
And I need you to stop being
There's no
fallacious
fallacy.
for me to engage in good faith.
Then go ahead and tell me. Explain how wrong.
I will explain it again if you would like.